I took a plane trip from Adelaide to Canberra Airport. At the airport was a moving sculpture. I walked out from the airport and saw a farm, with a field, a farmhouse, and many sheds. The only animal that I could see in the pasture was a horse. I think that it is a male horse. Canberra is the sister city to Beijing. I think that Canberra must be the younger sister because it is 100 years old in 2013. There are green signs on the road indicating direction and distance to other parts of the city. Close to the airport is one end of Lake Burley Griffin. I saw some ducks swimming in the water. I could tell it was going to get dark soon from the beautiful sunset. I tried to walk more quickly. I passed a military college called Duntroon, where cadets for the army will train. As it was getting dark, I saw some rabbits on the path ahead of me. Australia has many rabbits, and they are an unwanted pest. I walked past many roundabouts. Canberra is famous for the number of roundabouts it has. I saw two famous landmarks from a distance at night time. The landmarks were the War Memorial and Parliament House. I would have to view them in the daytime to get a better impression. I stayed in a hostel called the YHA. There were 4 bunk beds in the room that I stayed. I could not get very much sleep whilst I was there because my roommates annoyed me by snoring. I took a bus to the Chinese embassy near Parliament House. I wanted to get a visa to travel to China. There are many embassies in Canberra. Countries which speak English, such as Great Britain, New Zealand, and Canada, however, call their embassies High Commissions. When I was coming back on the bus, a bird started to make funny noises at me. I went to visit the War Memorial in Canberra. A lot of grass is dry in Australia because it does not get much water, but at the War Memorial the grass is watered often, so it stays very green. On the grass near the War Memorial I saw a bird called a cockatoo eating seeds from a pine cone. The War Memorial has many statues that tell stories about wars Australians have been involved in. A famous story is about a medic called Simpson, who would use his donkey to carry away wounded from the battlefield. Another sculpture depicts a regiment of merchant seamen, and the plaque states that they were not properly equipped to handle the difficulties of war. Inside the War Memorial are 2 lions to mark the entrance. Around the walls are the names of different countries that people from Australia have travelled to fight wars. Lists of the names of people killed in the wars appear on the walls, and red flowers called poppies are placed near the names of their relatives. At the end of the building is a large cathedral with stained glass windows and a plaque on the ground indicating that it is the burial place of an unknown soldier. The glass windows feature words that they think are good qualities of a soldier, including resource, candor, devotion, curiosity, and independence. Beneath the War Memorial is a museum that has a lot of memorabilia from wars, including weapons, uniforms, medical supplies, and tools. There are also many dioramas which depict scenes from various wars. The weapons could be rifles, machine guns, cannons, or flamethrowers. The uniforms are either quite plain, to ensure that the soldier blends in with his background, or specially colored to ensure that the soldier stands out. There is a poster that shows people who are missing their limbs. These people need artificial limbs for mobility. They could also use a wheelchair. There are also very many vehicles, such as boats, armored cars, and a jeep, a motorcycle with sidecar, and a luxury Studebaker Commander sedan with an unusual burning charcoal fuel system. Most of these vehicles come from World War II. Outside of the War Memorial, there were two birds called rosellas eating seeds from the grass. Australians like sport very much. We have places to go to play tennis, football, and even croquet. Around Parliament House, there are places to play all kinds of sport, and exercise equipment for people to work the muscles of their bodies. There is a running track amongst the native vegetation and areas of grass to lie on. There are also water fountains to drink from the end of a jog. The inside of Parliament House has a lobby with many pillars. There are also outside areas where people can sit and talk with each other. There are two main areas within the building where politicians sit. One area is called the House of Representatives, and from this group of representatives, our Prime Minister is selected. The other area is colored red, and it is called the Senate. The people in the Senate review the laws that pass through the House of Representatives before they become law. Both of these areas feature Australia's coat of arms, which is a kangaroo and an emu holding up a shield. Australians are very proud of animals unique to our country. Australia has had about 27 Prime Ministers since Federation in the year 1901. There are portraits of most of these leaders in a small gallery outside both of the parliamentary sitting areas. Australia is in the Commonwealth of countries with a leader in England who is the Queen. She also has a plaque dedicated to her visit near the town centre. The top of Parliament House has 4 limbs which meet at the centre to hold a large Australian flag. The Australian Capital Territory in which Canberra is located has its own flag. Each of the states has its own flag. There is a surveyor's hut located near the Parliament House, and if you want, you can barbecue meat at a nearby picnic ground. Canberra has very many galleries, museums, and libraries to visit. If you want, you can ride around town on a bicycle or sail on the lake in a sailboat. After I got my visa for China, I left Canberra in an aeroplane.